Okay, hello, my name is CheeseJay, and today I'm going to be showcasing Super Mario Odyssey Kaizo Mode Any Percent, which I think is Mario Odyssey's coolest mod, and I am joined in the commentary booth by Sly Freak 1. How are you today, Sly?
A little tired, but it happens.
Yeah, we are going pretty late with this run. But other than that, I think we're pretty much ready to start. As you can see, I'm on the time and date screen here. We'll get into why I'm doing that in about 10-ish minutes. But yeah. I'm going to give a countdown from 5, and we'll start on go here once I get into the game. Okay. So let me get back into the game. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so the first thing you'll notice right out the gate is that I'm playing on English, and that's just because the typically the fastest language is traditional Chinese, but there's no text file to traditional Chinese, so we're playing on English. That's the only language that works here. And Cap's pretty vanilla for the most part. There's like a little bit of tricky movement I have to do, but the first thing you're going to notice is I'm going to do a spin pound, which is just a faster ground pound and put into transition into a roll, and that's just the fastest ground speed that you'll see throughout the run.
Yeah, spin pounds are a real nice way to get up to speed or change direction.
Yeah, so this mod does a really good job of difficulty scaling. So you'll notice the first couple kingdoms are pretty close to vanilla and pretty not very difficult, but once we get into the later parts of this run, it's going to get pretty chaotic pretty fast and very, very difficult. Here's the first change right here. I have to do some sign parkour here. Nothing I've not done before. Yeah, perfect. Okay, now nothing I can't handle. And you'll notice as soon as we get into the frog room here, there are no frogs in the frog room, so I have to scale the tower with Mario. This is some movement that you typically see in a category like main captures, where you try to capture as few things as possible, but in this mod, it's just required to complete the tower.
And I believe it's actually still optimal in most categories to do this movement, because it skips the frog cutscene, but it's not really practical for a human to do that.
Oh, I screwed it up. I was trying to do a trick down his left side there to scale the left side of the tower, but I can just do the backup movement, which is that. And then there's the stopper fight's not too bad. You'll notice there's some spawnies I have to dodge. Nothing too crazy. And just like that, blinking you miss and Topper's dead.
I love it. Jay, while we're on our journey, can I make a quick suggestion to the crowd?
Yeah, go for it.
We don't have a lot of time left before the Superstar concert. We have about $665 remaining. That is not a lot of time to do this. I think like the city's coming out real fast. If you want to get your tickets to the Pauline show, like let's get those $10 tickets in to the Pauline show. With ticket prices as they are today, that's a steal. And I know y'all know it is. So make sure that you get your donations in, get your tickets to the Pauline show. Let's get a $10 dono train going. And make sure that you put all of that towards the jump up to the Superstar concert. We don't have a lot of time. How much time do we have, Jay?
Like 30 minutes. I also just realized we have that boxes incentive I have to not forget about. So I missed a bunch of coins in Cap, but I'm going to figure something out. We're going to reroute on the fly here.
Listen, we're nothing if not adaptable here on Frost Fatales, especially when we have a concert to go to.
I was playing Cap so fast I forgot to grab the coins that were there. Okay.
So yeah, this is a skip here. This game is on the 1.0 version, so you won't see this anymore, but it's called First Moon Skip. So you can actually avoid getting the first moon by jumping up through there. Unfortunately, the hitboxes are too big. Normally, I think, or no, in 1.3, they made it so that you can't even fight Madame Brood, right?
Yeah, if you skip the first minute 1.3, the fight doesn't trigger.
Okay, yeah, but it is tight to get up onto the ledge there from the water, because there are some pretty big hitboxes.
Okay, so I'm gonna go this way. Okay, there we go. I'm really trying to think how I'm gonna get these 1,000 coins. Okay, this fight is hecked up a little bit, but that's okay.
Yeah, this fight is fairly vanilla, save for the giant blocks in the middle of the arena. But the boss itself really does not have many changes, and you'll kind of see that as a through line. They use the environment a lot more. Although some bosses do have some interesting changes.
We got some opinions in the donations, I will say. We got $5 from Mango that says, Pauline is best girl, but y'all are sleeping on Toadette. I think that's probably true. I will give you that one.
I have Toadette trauma from running All Moons.
Oh,
she
no.
forces you to jump farm.
Some people like that, I guess. And we support them as long as they donate to the National Women's Law Center and put their donations towards the Jump Up to the Superstar concert. We have $615 left to go on that. Let's make it happen, chat.
Okay, I'm thinking. I'm routing. We're gonna reroute all of sand is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna pretty much have to. So we can put the box. I'm assuming the boxes are winning currently. And the sand is the first kingdom where I can put them on. So yeah, that's the first moon I skipped over earlier. The developers changed it to just be a regular power moon instead of a story moon, so it's a lot quicker to grab after the boss fight. Hence why we skip it.
Yeah, normally if you skip that moon and you grab it, your game will crash, so...
Oh no.
And there's not typically a Gushin in Cascade, but another new addition. You'll see many additions throughout the run.
Oh no. Sly.
Yeah?
I just got Rumble Glitch.
Oh no.
Let's hope that goes away at this end before sand.
No,
Yeah.
what is that?
So sometimes your controller will just rumble endlessly.
Oh, okay.
So now I'm just playing with a controller that has rumble permanently on.
So it's fighting you.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. It went away. Perfect.
Oh, that's good.
I've never gotten
Unfortunately,
it endlessly, but that can happen, and that was very scary because it's not very comfortable.
Yeah, I got it for 3 hours straight in an All Moons run once.
Yeah,
The
it's a
big
very
problem
weird.
too, it messes with inputs a lot sometimes, so it's not very comfortable.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to reroute a lot of sand here to grab a lot of coin stacks because I missed a hefty amount of coins in cap. So we're just gonna have fun with it, I guess.
While you're having fun, I have some messages for you.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it,
We have
Sid.
$25 from Nurse Allison Rose. Good luck to CheeseJay on the run. I'm rooting you on from the invisible bag couch. Also, hi Sly, you're awesome, bestie.
Thank you, Allison. I appreciate you.
I miss you,
anyone that-
Allison. Hi.
For anyone that doesn't know, Allison was my couch for my last Kazo showcase on Fatels. So, I appreciate them.
Yeah, we got those donations just flying in for you. We have $50 from Clarinet Hero. Did I hear something about a concert? Sign me up. Also, trans rights,
Trans rights.
obviously. And very special one. We have $25 from Wario. Some weirdo just sent me your pants, so now you're gonna go to the concert without them. Yesterday was Mario Day, but today is Wario Day. Wow. That was for you.
So, do you want to explain how we're getting this seed to grow instantly?
Yeah, so at the beginning of the run, you might have seen that Jay was in the switch clock. And that's because of a trick called DSTA, which essentially abuses the fact that the seeds grow off of the switch clock and not any in-game timer. So if you set your clock right before daylight savings time and time it just right, you can get it so that the clock jumps ahead an hour and the seed will grow instantly. Usually you time it going into a sub area because it skips the growing animation for the seed and saves a few seconds. But you see that in most runs nowadays, actually. So it's like one of the oldest tricks in the book for Odyssey.
Okay. have an idea.
I love ideas.
I think there's enough coins in this game for me to reach 1,000 before I leave, but I'm gonna have to grab pretty much every single stack. I think.
Yeah, I do like Ice Cave. Do you do the Bullet Bill sub area normally? Yeah, you do.
No, we don't do, but I'm gonna go in there. And then I'm also coming over here because again, this is one of the few instances where the game developers were nice to me here. If I come up here, both of those are coins chests.
Yeah, and probably looking, if you've only ever seen a vanilla Mario Odyssey run, there are a few differences in some of the moons. You'll see some familiar names, but a majority of the changes in this mod come from, at least early game, just sort of moving the locations of moons. You probably noticed the bird in the town was far higher, and the birds are gathering just sort of in the middle of the desert instead of in the oasis. So you'll see throughout the run, that's one of the common themes, is moons moving around. But you'll also see a few other differences later on, which should be interesting.
We are less than $200 away from $62,000.
Yes. Let's go do it. Let's go chat.
We're so close to the concert. There's still tickets available. But you gotta get your ticket now. Like, don't buy the .StubHub. Like, donate directly to the NWLC.
So as a update, we should be hitting the festival in like 20-ish minutes. So get your donations in now for the festival.
You heard it here first, folks.
Is this a coin block? It's not. Okay, well.
It's a hard block, yeah.
Yeah, I should have asked you.
Yeah. I speedrun 100%.
Oh my gosh.
And you need a lot of coins, so I kind of know where like all of the little random coins are in the game. For a second, I thought you were gonna do the trick jump up to those coins, but it's really tight, so I don't blame you.
I didn't even know that existed, I'll be honest. Okay, we're gonna leave. And then this next sub area, oh, I forgot this puts me here. Okay. This next sub area I'm gonna go to is gonna give me a lot of coins. Actually, yeah, we're gonna go here first.
Is the Sphinx still there too?
Yeah. We're gonna go to Sphinx after this, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Oh. So yeah, normally you can do what's called
bad.
a roll cancel clip.
Speaking of roll cancel clips.
Yeah, like this one, Sphinx clip. So this is a 1.0 exclusive, 1.0 exclusive trick. Basically, if Mario rolls, and then does what's called a roll cancel, where you buffer a cap jump and then long jump, it'll cancel you out of the roll. And if you do that on certain slope surfaces, it gives you enough speed to actually push through a wall and clip out of bounds.
Okay, so I'm probably gonna grab the boxers like a minute or so later and like because I'm just missing out on a coin stack here in sand because I can't get into the inverted pyramid. I am not gonna. There's a trick I could use to get in there known as IP skip, but that is like a very, very difficult trick that I am not very good at. And like I'm totally never done it, so I'm just gonna have to grab like there's like a 200 coin stack, or I think in Lake in the town I could grab, and that should put me pretty
that
close
should
after I
make
finish.
you good.
Yeah.
If you're really low still, there's a coin stack in the zipper sub area. You could also snag.
Oh right,
one
thank
of the
you.
things, yeah.
I'm so glad I invited 100% runner to this episode.
Yeah, I'm like one of the only people who enjoys that category because of the coin grinding, the hour of coin grind, but it helps you learn a lot about the game.
So just so we're clear, the reason I'm struggling for coins is one, because I'm playing on version 1.0 of the game, and in this version of the game, the Ouija corner, it's like give you 200 coins each.
Don't forget the coin stack.
Oh. Okay, well, I was explaining. Okay, so the Ouija corner, I'm just gonna go back there. Should I? We're just gonna go to lake. We're gonna go to lake and we'll figure it out. So the Ouija coin arts that exist in the most recent patch of the game don't exist in this patch of the game because they just weren't a thing whenever this patch came out. This is like the day one patch. And also, I was supposed to grab a coin stack in Cap Kingdom that gives me like 800 coins, and I just forgot. Even though I was literally
do they have that hidden?
It's literally at the top of the tower. Dude, I was on really fast cap pace and I just forgot.
You might have forgotten those coins, but we cannot forget to buy a ticket. We actually have $10 from M&K. Let's go women. Also, best girl in the Mario universe is Birdo. I can't even argue with that one. I love a dinosaur. We got $50 from Anonymous with no comment. We have $25 from Ashley with no comment, and 2 more $10 Anonymous donations, all going towards jumping up to the Superstar concert. We have $455 remaining. That can't be that many tickets. That's like one modern day real life ticket. So this is a great deal.
Where is it? It's this bush. There it is. Fast. Wait, hold on. I'm thinking.
There's also the coin stack behind the boxes on the right. It's like 25.
Oh yeah. Good shout. That's a coin. That's a good shard.
So that's not normally there, but
That's a moon shard. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's a moon shard now. Wait, hold on. I will be in the boxes before I lose this kingdom. There we go. This is what's called thinking on the fly. Okay, so I'm gonna do this, and then typically I would fight Rango here, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. I don't think I'm gonna need to. Oh, I forgot that doesn't work. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. That'll work.
Yeah, one slightly obnoxious thing about this game is they do a lot of optimization in the way of deloading things that aren't on the screen, which works fine for performance, but it means if you're not putting moons and such on camera, you can just dive right through them once they appear. So
there we go. Okay, so the coin stack I was talking about is right in the town here. And actually, I can show off some niche game knowledge as soon as I put on the boxer shorts here. How much is that coin stack, Sly?
I think it's 250.
Okay, so that's not going to be enough. Oh wait, no, that coin stack just doesn't exist because I'm on Gaizo in the zipper room.
There are some coin blocks in the little hidden passages in the town.
Yeah.
To the left of the secret room.
Right. I see them. They're straight ahead of me right now. Okay, and then I want to go this way. Oh. Let's not fall down there. That would be bad. No, that's not. Okay. Let's, oh yeah, right. I was supposed to come over here anyway. There's this lady that exists. This is the secret lady.
Oh, not very secret anymore. You can just see her.
I just realized I'm spelling incorrectly, I think.
It happens.
I like her vibe.
Okay.
Don't forget too, there's coin blocks on the upper level you could snag.
I just don't know where I'm gonna get 200 coins. There's these here.
If you get that little coin by the lady, it spawns in like 20.
Oh, come on. This is it's called a mistake and a disaster.
Happens.
I think
if you grab that coin, it spawns in more, so that could be worth grabbing.
I think I'm just gonna... I'm panicking. I am panicking.
You could always do it in Wooded.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it in Wooded. I have to find one more moon. What's the,
There's the box in the town, right? Does that?
yeah. I'm just gonna do that. That's what I'm gonna do.
I have some encouragement for you if you need it, Jay.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Perfect. I love it. I love an encouraging comment. We got a $5 donation for a Pauline ticket from Osmorn. They say CheeseJay is short for Cheese Jaxie, the way she's always got motion. My goat CheeseJay knows how to turn that mindset into a grind set, and we're seeing it right here. She made a statement so peak, even her gang joined her in celebration. May she never stop winning, and may the ruined dragon be kind. Good luck, Jay. From your friend, Oz, parentheses, the gang in question.
Thank you, Oz. I appreciate it. I think I want to do it. The way I grab this moon is like this. Perfect. I'm really pulling out all the stuff here to kind of bring this round back on track. I can't remember the last time I've grabbed that power moon. Okay, we're gonna go to Wooded, and hopefully we can find 180 coins in Wooded somewhere.
And that gives us, what, 3 more areas before the city where the concert is going on?
Yep.
Okay, so that's not a lot of places to go. You know, the places you'll go, there's only 3 before the concert. So you got to go to a restaurant, you got to get your food, you got to go to the woods and get lost a little bit. And then into the clouds.
Yeah.
And then you're going to go to the city to go to the concert. But we can only go there if we make that $390 we have remaining. That's very close. So get your tickets now.
Yes. Yes.
I hear there's plenty of tickets left, though.
Where am I going to get coins in Wooded Fly?
Wooded, there's a lot of coin rings near the start. Like if you go to the right, behind one of the trees, there's some coins. I don't remember, do you go to Deep Woods in this?
I could if I need to.
'Cause there's a few. It's further ahead, like where the purples are.
I don't know where this one is. I'm just gonna ignore them.
Okay. There's also a coin stack normally behind the tree with the.
I see a coin rings. If I go this way, I think this way I see.
I think you just passed them.
Are they up in the air right here?
They're by the other tree, a little further ahead.
Wait, hold on. This game really does not give you coins, like, anywhere, is what I'm learning.
Yeah, the hint arts really help. The Luigi hint arts, there's one Toad hint art, but they give you 200 coins each, but they're in, like, hidden locations. You have to ground pound them.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot, that's where they put the rock. So I guess there's not a coin stack there. Yeah, that rabbit, if you if you miss it there.
Okay, so worst case scenario, we just put on the boxes and lost, I guess. Because I'm gonna be able to grab Toad there. Right? This point should still be there.
Yeah.
So I think I'm just kind of in a pickle when I'm forced to do that.
Yeah, Wooded unfortunately doesn't have too many coins, unless the spinning platforms, does that still have the coin stack?
I don't know. I'm assuming so. Can I? Okay, you know what? This is fine. I'm just gonna platform up here with Mario. Come on, Mario, cooperate.
Oh, I hate when that happens. Sometimes the game will like drop your cat bounces. And then the tree geometry is not cooperating.
Yeah, so typically, what you're gonna see a lot here in this Wooded is me grabbing nut-ins. Because they are just really fast. If I can move Mario, please, game. So there's a lot of geometry in this game where you want to wall jump, but then the game just doesn't let you. And that's what's happening here.
Yeah. The trees, when you get higher up, are very much like that. And there's a lot of geometry like that in Wooded. It can get really tricky. But you'll definitely see a lot of the ways that they've moved the moons in this kingdom really work with the verticality of Wooded, which is one of my favorite parts of the kingdom, personally.
I almost made that trick jump. That was really, really close.
I have a favorite part of this kingdom for all of us.
Yeah, go for it.
We have just hit $62,062 raised for the National Women's Law Center. That means we only have 2,000-ish to go to get to the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe with 12 endings and a bucket.
Yes.
We can make it, chat. And on the way, we're going to hit a concert at first, though, which I think is very important. Like, you have to be cultured in order to appreciate that run properly. And we only have $250 remaining because of all your kind donations. We got $10 from Picancy that says 1 ticket, please. We have $10 from Sailor Jade that, again, asks for 1 ticket, please. We have $100 from Janine that says, thank you to all the volunteers and runners raising money for this much needed organization, Two True Bestie. And of course, we have $5 from Game Boy Light, grabbing my ticket to the concert. And my personal best Mario girl is Daisy.
Okay, so typically there's a nut like right there that I just rolled over, but it got moved over here. And you're gonna notice a big theme of Wooded is that I'm suspended in the air, and if I fall at any point, I'm gonna be losing a lot of time. So I'm just gonna try not to fall at any point and just stay suspended in the air. Another trick jump here. Oh, I stubbed my toe. But I still made it. And then another one of those nuts that I mentioned earlier. And then another big triple jump to get another nut right here, around the corner here. And then now I'm gonna fall intentionally, and we're gonna do a trick known as Flower Road Skip here. Because the Flower Road just doesn't spawn. It's locked behind a P-switch that we're not gonna be opening. Come on, Mario. Come on, Mario. Trying to get a precise roll cancel angle there. I'm gonna do a different backup. We're gonna do this. Oh, thank God. And then we're trying to get over to this nut this way. And now there's gonna be a nut that's hanging on the side of the tower over here. And then we're gonna jump back and enter the tower. Another spot where if I fall, I'm losing a lot of time.
If you fall, the donos can pick you back up with $25 from Library Nerd with no comment, $10 from MVH with no comment, and $10 from Armetheus with no comment. Thank you so much for your generosity. That brings us to just $240 remaining to see the concert with 2 areas left.
So
I just realized I was muted.
So typically that nut is a lot higher in vanilla, but they lowered it so I could grab it with just a spin pound in this mod.
Which is nice because I think normally you might only be able to grab that with 2-player, but I think it might be like very slightly possible in 1-player to grab that moon without the uproot in vanilla.
Yeah, I have to get it back up here, by the way, because I skipped out on shop so I could keep that coin count up. So I think I'm going to enter the deep woods here after this next sub area and just grab a quick moon. I am very close to that coin number I need for the boxers, though. Where's the... I might be able to skip out on deep woods, actually. I might have a better idea. So this sub area is just annoying in this mod. Typically, so what they added to the sub area, rather, is you'll notice I have moon gravity, I don't have Cappy, and the water sinks and rises really fast, which just makes for a really annoying room. There's no good way of doing this room fast. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, you probably instantly saw, if you're familiar with Mario Odyssey, that this room does not quite look normal.
Yeah, and it does not look very normal.
And moon gravity in tight spaces is never a help either.
I think this moon is still here. Yeah, I should be able to grab this moon as my backup moon. Oh no, I can't. That's not gonna spawn a moon. Okay, we're gonna enter the deep woods. I think that one is you have to kill all the fire bows in the kingdom to get that one. If I recall correctly.
You could probably capture the coin coffer for some coins.
Yeah, that'll give me a good bit. Oh, right here. That should bring me up to, like, something.
There's also a stack in that tree that you just passed.
This tree right here. 50.
So we only need 50.
There's a nut dispenser I passed up back this way that I need to capture the T-Rex. Right here.
Oh, they moved the guy.
And then T-Rex is right here. Perfect. I'm gonna run through this. Let's see if there's a bin here. No, there's not. Okay, that's what I thought. Doesn't mean out this way. They put lava in the deep woods. I just remembered to slightly quicker movement. That okay, this one works. Okay, and now we're gonna take the T-Rex back over this way.
Yeah, funny enough, the T-Rex does not interact with lava normally. There are a lot of little quirks with captures like that, because most of them are only programmed to be in certain areas. So.
I wonder if I could have coin dupe there. Probably not.
There is a coin dupe rock down here, but.
Okay, and now we're gonna be done with Wooded Kingdom. We're gonna take this planner out, and then warp back to the Odyssey.
We are also only 24 $10 tickets away to Pauline's concert. I need this to happen because I love her. This is me.
Yeah.
Like, I have my little, like, card of Pauline with all the decorations on it. I'm going to have my glow sticks. Please don't let us down, chat. That is 24 $10 donations, a bunch of $5 donations. And if you're feeling super generous, even less than that to make us go to that concert, as well as getting our buckets ready for that milestone, which is now under $2,000. Hello? Hype? Hype anyone?
Yes. We need to see Sweet Peas play or speedrun the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe with the bucket.
It is so good. I cannot emphasize how good it is, but we can only get there if we hit that milestone of $64,000. And I also want to remind chat that the next couple of levels are pretty short. They do go by a bit faster, so we don't have as much time as you think we do.
Yes,
231.
We have another 3 levels until that incentive's going to close. So we have Cloud, and then we have Lost, and then we have Night Metro to get that hit.
And they're pretty short, eh?
Yeah, this one's like a 2-minute split. The next one's like a 4-minute split, and the Night Metro's only like 3 minutes.
Okay, so let's say like a solid 10 minutes. Let's say like a 10 minutes to raise $231. Can we do it in less? Can we speedrun against that PB?
I believe in you, chat. Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so I'm doing a manipulation here to get Bowser to fall on the ground instead of standing on the clouds that are in the air. Just by rolling to the center of the arena, Bowser will just jump to this cloud platform here. So if I just roll the center of the arena, Bowser will just jump to that same spot every time. It's a really weird manipulation. I don't know why it works, but it does.
Yeah, I'm curious about that too, because normally you can manipulate where Bowser jumps with positioning. Like, he'll always try to jump on the platform opposite of you. So I don't quite know how that quirk works, but...
Yeah. Okay, we're going to be going to Lost here, and I am going to be putting on the boxers finally, because there's a coin stack I can grab here on Lost. I apologize for the delay with the boxers. I just screwed up. That's all I can say.
Happens to the best of us. You know my despairing over missing coins in 100%, so I understand.
This is a trick known as meme tree. It just lets us get to this higher part of the kingdom pretty quick.
Yeah, one of the oldest tricks.
Yeah. If you know anything about Mario Odyssey speedrunning, you probably know that trick. Okay, we are 23 coins away from hitting that number.
And we're $71 away from hitting the concert.
Get those tickets. Everyone
Get
wants
those
to hear
tickets in.
Pauline sing.
Thanks to $10 from AE Bell. How has this not been met yet? I need that concert. You're so right, bestie. We also have $50 from Fierce Wolf, grabbing a few extra tickets to Pauline's concert for those who might not have them. That's a really good friend. I used to do that for my friends too. Thank you so much for your generosity.
So you may have noticed that there was one flower missing in the cave gardening there, and it's that flower right there that I just hit. Okay, I think we should be good on coins now because I see this coin block right here, and I believe this is going to give me more than one. I hope. Yep. Come on.
There's also some in the bushes near the shop, so
Okay.
you have enough.
Now I'm trying to do a trick jump over to this island over here if I can get a good Cappy vault angle. Let's try that again.
Lost Kingdom is stressful because all of that purple poison will kill you instantly if you hit it.
Y'all were $50 away.
Yes, chat. Come on, to get the incentive hit here. Let's go. Let's see the festival. So that slingshot takes me to the top of the kingdom. Okay, I need 7 coins. I'm going to first person here, manipulate the butterfly, and I should be able to buy the boxes here now. I think there's 7 coins, right? Is this not 7?
There's some in the bushes.
Perfect. 1,000. Perfect. Okay, that was raining on me heavy. I'll be a lot. I was really stressed out. I was never going to hit 1,000 coins. This is the wrong shopkeeper. This is the wrong toad. This guy does not have boxers words for me, unfortunately. Okay.
It's okay. You had the greediest Mario Odyssey runner around helping you.
There we go. Thank you, Sly. I appreciate your help. Okay. There you go. There are the boxer shorts. I put them on.
Oh, yes, because No Pants is in the lead, so that is the correct choice. He's in his raver outfit. This is what you wear to the festival. Like, I've seen people in this outfit at many music festivals.
I will say I am very proud of myself for getting inventive here with all the coins to back that up. That was very difficult to figure out the routing for that on the fly.
Yeah, 1.0 is very unforgiving in terms of coins.
Especially before you reach post game.
Because even in the kingdoms we've done, we've passed like 6 hin arts, which is more than enough to hit the 1,000 coins.
Oh, I forgot to grab cave gardening. That's not good. I can work up here. It's fine. Luckily, I grabbed that checkpoint, so it's not a big deal. And I can just quickly grab a backup moon here. Also, I should mention that Klepto's just not in this kingdom anymore. The developers removed Klepto, so I just don't have to worry about triggering him. We're gonna say hi to my good... Oh, that's a bird that typically steals my hat. That I typically have to avoid in vanilla, but he just doesn't exist anymore. Also, we just said hi to our good pal Captain Toad here. And I am gonna go over here and grab the coin stacks in this room just to be safe, so I have coins for the rest of the run, so I'm not... Just in case I need to be grabbing shotguns, I'm not short.
Yeah, not having to deal with Klepto, though, is a nice breath of fresh air for for this run, because making everything more difficult and having to deal with Klepto on top of it does not sound very fun.
Okay, how are we looking on the festival incentive?
Oh, we are $31 away, which is an incredible thing, thanks to $25 from Super McRad and $52 from Super McRad. Thank you for those 2 donations, buying tickets for all of your friends. We have $5 from the Pasty Ginger. Thank you so much. We have $10 from Anonymous. Thank you so much. We have $20 from Anonymous. Thank you so much. And we have $10 from Top Screen. We're talking about Best Girls in Mario, and I haven't heard Goombet yet. Ugh.
Oh, Goombet. I always forget about her. She's kind of a diva.
We love a diva. Like, we could rank divas in Mario. That's a difficult thing. Oh my goodness, we're already in the Night City. We do not have a lot of time to get that $31, y'all. That's like one cocktail.
Yeah.
Basically.
We have about 3 minutes left to get that incentive hit.
3 minutes, y'all! Oh goodness, don't let me miss this.
Oh my gosh, you made the impossible jump.
Yeah, that is what is known as the impossible jump. Back whenever this game first released, all the way back in 2017, it was thought that that jump was completely impossible, but as it turned out, it's like the easiest jump in the entire game.
Yeah, they just didn't know about vectoring then.
Yeah, which is when you jump through the air at a 25-degree angle to get a lot of speed and distance.
Also, if you donate via the Twitch extension, make sure that you put it towards the donation, and that goes for when you go through our normal website as well. You got this, chat. 31.
3 more tickets.
3 more tickets and like a code check.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hold on to your ticket. Don't lose that.
This jump is kind of annoying. This jump's finicky.
Yeah, the platforming here is very tight, and the building geometry is...
There we go.
Quite annoying sometimes. As you can see, there's a lot of small bits that sort of jet out. It can really affect you trying to dive up.
Okay, so this is in only up climbing section. If I fall at any point, I'm going to be losing a pretty substantial amount of time, so hopefully I don't fall.
Yeah, I think this is the first only up section of the run, correct?
Yep. We'll be seeing one more later that is maybe a little bit harder, some may say.
Maybe. I don't know. It might be close.
And you know what we're not close to anymore? The incentive that we just met to jump up to the Superstar concert. Thank you all so much for buying a ticket, including $32 from Rarest with no comment. We also got $32 from Rosalina's biggest fan. The Rosalina girlies will fund the rest of the concert. You're welcome.
Fly, do you want to explain the boss fight for this kingdom?
Okay, so normally they have changes to the bosses in this mod, obviously, but they couldn't quite find a way to change the Wiggler without breaking the code. So they just put a tropical Wiggler at the top of the tower, and if you hit it, you get the multi-moon.
And with that, we are done with Night Metro, so that was very close on the incentive. Thank you, chat, for reading that, Matt.
I hope everyone's excited to do the Odyssey.
That got met like actually 30 seconds before it got off. That's crazy. Ugh. Okay, so now we're going to do the festival in Day Metro here. And I'm going to have to do a rerouted Metro here, so I'm not getting a bunch of extra moons for no reason, because we're going to have to go out of our way to grab the 4 musicians for the festival and then turn on the power in the sewers. Impossible jump again. Whoa, look, this guy's so good.
Yeah, they removed the wire to the mainland, so you have to do the impossible jump. Quite impressive that you did the impossible twice.
I came up with this reroute like a couple days ago, by the way. For anyone that's unaware, this run got pulled off backup like maybe a week ago. So I came up with this reroute for the festival not very long ago. Because this is not the typical routing you would see in a Kaizo 90% run. The festival is quite slow, obviously, but very fun. And I'm glad I get to show it off.
Yeah, and you'll probably start to notice in Metro a bit of a difficulty spike. Nothing too crazy yet, but a lot of the moons are put in places that you can't quite see, are very difficult to get to. A lot of very awkward platforming and placements for things. So I'd say, I don't know if you agree, but this is probably the part where the run starts to get a lot more difficult.
Yeah, this is the first difficulty spike on the mod, I would say. And obviously, because we're playing a Kaizo mod, the musicians are in different places, but none of them are too crazy. There's one right by the Odyssey here I want to grab.
He just
I
wanted to
almost-
practice in peace.
And we're trying to grab 4 musicians total here.
Yeah, much of the sort of standard fare you'll see in like terms of story moons stays much of the same because you can't quite change that in the code. So it's still the standard 4 musicians and then the sewer moon to get to the festival.
This magician's completely vanilla, by the way. There's nothing changed here.
Yeah. Nothing at all. The park normally looks like that. He's just chilling with the Sherms, you know? They really like the bass line, you know?
They're just jamming, you know? No big deal.
Exactly. They were just shooting because they were excited to see someone coming to listen to their favorite musician.
So there's a common theme with a lot of moons throughout this run, if you haven't noticed yet. Although a lot of moons are just placed underneath something like this moon here. That's just what the developers did, because they changed all 880 moons in this mod, believe it or not. So coming up with ideas for that many moons is not super easy, I would say.
Yeah, and that scrap is normally in that park full of the Sherms we saw before, but they changed it. There's actually scrap hidden throughout the kingdom, and that one is the one with the moon.
Also, the camera does jet around a bit here, because it just goes to where the vanilla moon spot is for all of these moons.
Yeah, and that's
Also,
just
I
kind
do.
of a programming thing you can't change.
Then the last musician is right up here on top of this building, as it turns out. Hi there. And with that, we have all the musicians we need to start the festival.
So I guess if we learned anything from this, Tanks really like bass, and Toad really likes the trumpet.
So, do you want to explain what trick I'm going to do here in the sewers to get to the plants really fast?
Yeah, so again, on the topic of roll cancel clips, there's one you can do here in the sewers. So it's called Sewer Clip. It uses the geometry from the pipe to push through the wall. And on the latest patch, 1.3, it's still possible, but it's exceedingly difficult. Luckily on 1.0, all of the roll cancel clips are much easier, so we don't have to worry about that insane spike of difficulty in that trick.
Also, this area might look vanilla. There's more flies I'm just skipping over by doing the clip here in the sewer part. And then I believe there's more poison in the plant section, but you don't really get to see that either. I'm just skipping over all the difficulty by doing that roll cancel clip. And with that, it is time to turn on the power and do the festival.
Who's excited?
Thank you again, everyone, for your generosity in making this concert happen.
I've always loved the festival. I always sing along with Pauline.
I really think the festival in vanilla is like the best moon in the game, and I think it comes pretty close in this mod as well.
Yeah, it's very fun. Although you'll probably see a bit of a difference in the Kaizo festival as compared to the vanilla one.
Yes, so typically in the vanilla festival, after you match through some dialogue here and confirmed with Pauline that you do want to do the festival now, would you like to do the festival? Yes. It is going to teleport you into the festival, and then there's going to be a pipe straight ahead that you would enter to do the 2D festival section. But this is a Kaizo mod. And that's all I'm going to say on that. Hold on, let's take 2.
So yeah, if you go through that 2D section, it actually just gives you the secret moon.
And here we are. So this is really cool. In this mod, you can jump down to go to mainline metro during the festival, which is not something you can do in the vanilla game. There's usually a death lane here. And you're gonna notice that this is a 3D platforming gauntlet for the festival here. So I'm just gonna be jumping up through some buildings here with some wall jumps. And then you're gonna notice that there are some added girders throughout the kingdom. If you were looking during day metro and night metro, you would have noticed them. They're there as well. And this is the point of them, is so we can do this festival portion. Also, jam emotes in chat. if you haven't been doing that already.
Yeah, and you'll notice some interesting mechanics used in order to scale up. Like the fact that if you bonk into a moving platform, oh, you're just too good, actually. Wow. You can actually use the fact that the platform's moving to bonk into it and have the platform move under you, because bonking gives you additional height, but Jay just kind of ate that up, so...
Okay, you've left no crumbs.
Exactly.
Oh, crap. I'm trying to do... This is one of the hardest parts of the festival here. Also, I learned recently that if you jump up and come back down, those people despawn, which is really weird.
Oh, that's kind of terrifying. Where did they go?
There we go. Okay, that's a really awkward movement you have to do.
Yeah, using rainbow spins a lot, which whenever...
Oh, the Wiggler! The boss from Nitro!
The boss coming to spite you again.
Thank you, Pauline. Pauline Cam.
But whenever yeah, exactly, fan cam. We get a nice close-up of Pauline doing the first person. But the rainbow spins are a really nice mechanic to sort of scale around corners or distances. If Cappy comes back to you and you hit A mid-air, he'll do a little spin, which gives you an additional little stall in the air.
Thank you for your that sentiment, chat. That is arguably one of the coolest changes they've made in this mod, so I'm very happy I got to show that off.
Yes, thank you so much, everyone. And while we were loading this next level in, I wanted to remind you that the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe is still in motion. We have about $1,500 to go before the end of this run. And thank you so much for your generosity. Like $50 from Gerard Butler 393. Can't believe you're here with no comment. Love that. And $100 from Anonymous with no comment. All of your generosity means the world to us. Why don't we get buckets going?
Yeah, who doesn't love buckets? Like,
no, they're so useful. That's where, like, you know, you put all the crumbs, right? If you actually do leave crumbs. Like, not that we do, but it could happen.
Exactly. We're just too good. Like,
Okay, now we're in Snow Kingdom. And you're going to notice a change to the overworld here that makes entering Shiveria a bit more difficult. There are poison waves I have to dodge here on the overworld.
Oh, I don't notice any change. I think that's completely vanilla, isn't it?
No. Also, they moved the entrance to Shiveria to up here. So I have to do a trick known as Blowy Noe here. Hopefully
yeah, normally, casually, you have to take a Taifu, the game calls them, or colloquially, we call them Blowy Joeys, because they blow some wind out.
And Blowy Noe.
Yeah, but if you do a dive into your cap and you hit it at the exact frame you touch the ground, instead of a cap bounce, you'll get a vault there. So, cool little piece of tech.
Also, we don't actually... How much time do we have left? We're about 52 minutes in?
Yeah.
It should be probably about 30, 40 minutes left, right?
Okay, yeah. Chat. We gotta get that money in for those buckets. So why don't you donate and you tell me what would you use your bucket for? Right answers or wrong answers. I don't care.
I like to use a bucket to put all my weeds in when I'm gardening.
I like
toss them in a bucket. Boom.
I like to use a bucket to carry around throughout the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe to get alternate endings.
You're so right, Queen. I never thought of that, but that's something we will learn if we hit that milestone. I was just gonna say I use mine for like birdseed for feeding the birds, but yours is much cooler, and you're so right.
I'm telling you, chat, we gotta get that Stanley Parable on Sunday. It's the coolest speed game. I can say from experience as I was on couch for it for GDQ Hotfix.
And as you can see, snow is very, like, typical vanilla stuff so far. Nothing at all has been changed or moved. That chest is always there, right?
Typically it's... There we go. Typically it's moved over to the platform over to my right, but yeah, close enough.
Yeah, you'll notice a theme in Snow that they like to tuck a lot of things like up near the ceiling. And there might be a few more blowy joeys in there.
That's just unfortunate. I got a dropped input there that just ate my cat bounce completely.
Yeah, this game is very hungry and its diet consists of all of your inputs, though.
Oh, they went, that's fine. Oh no! Oh! This is so unfortunate.
Yeah, they sped up the cycle too for the blowy joeys, so they blow you around a lot quicker.
This room is not being very kind to me today. There we go, that's all I wanted to do. Okay, so the secret moon's pushed underneath the stairs, so you have to capture the blowy joey to blow the stairs away. Okay, and then this moon is pretty much vanilla. The difficulty for this moon comes from the first half of the room being more difficult with the added blowy joeys.
Also, if you do have an opinion on Best Girl, we do still have the Fatale's Favorite Femmes in Gaming incentive open where you can vote for your favorite gaming girl. So if you have a favorite girl, you can also put your money towards that and it'll still count to the milestone because I love a 2-for-1. And remember, whatever wonderful, wonderful Fatale wins, LLK will draw the winner. So it's almost like voting for your favorite commission. Much to think about, much to ponder. Oh, and the next time you get a chance, Yes Pants has taken the lead with $5.
Oh, I can do that right at the end of this kingdom if you give me, like, maybe a minute or so.
I don't know. I don't know.
I have, I'm gonna do this sub area that I'm doing right now. So typically to do the sub area in vanilla, you want to knock down these blocks. Like, that's the casual route. And this mod forces you to do that because the story moon that you want to grab is, like, inside this icicle. There we go. And then I'm going to be stacking 4 Goombas here to place them on a button to grab the secret moon.
Yeah, and similar to IP skip, there is actually a skip you can do here called ICC or Ice Corner Clip. Wherever 2 walls meet in this game, their intersection is more of a suggestion. It's like they put tiles together but didn't like put any glue or grout in between. So if you line it up pixel perfectly, you can slip right through. But similar to IP skip, the geometry there is not exactly what it looks like texture-wise. So it's a very difficult skip to try to get visually. And there are some setups, but
yeah,
again,
I'm also playing in English, and the setup I use is in Chinese typically, so
yeah,
that's a lot harder.
And it doesn't save all that much time realistically, so.
There we go. That's a trick note Snowdram. It is in the like vanilla any percent speedrun, and it just happens to be a fast mode in this mod as well. I got it first try, luckily.
Don't forget about Yes Pants either.
Oh, Yes Pants. I can do it as soon as I land in Seaside.
We can do that at the start of Seaside, yeah.
Yeah. I have not very good at remembering stuff like that, as it turns out today.
It's okay. You have all of the Kaizo stuff to think about, so I can't blame you.
I was very much focusing on nailing Snowdrum first try.
Yeah, that trick can be pretty tight to get.
I used to be a lot worse at it. Like, if you go back to my Frost Fatales run last year where I did Superstar mode, that trick's in it as well, and I was a lot worse at it. But since my last time on the Fatales stage, I ran a lot of vanilla any percent, and it got me really good at that trick. Okay, put on the bands. Right, as soon as I skip this cutscene.
Actually, update on that.
Okay,
No Pants has succeeded wearing pants. I'm so sorry to inform you. And that actually brings us to just $1,391 remaining on hitting the Stanley Parable.
So it wouldn't have really mattered either way that I forgot.
Yeah, you're fine. Pants haters are in the chat.
That's typically how this box of shorts incentive goes from experience.
Well, we do have $30 from Anonymous saying, "Attention, Mario. This is the fashion police. You are committing a major fashion crime. Please replace your pants immediately. Thank you for your cooperation." Well, good thing that we struck that one down. No pants allowed.
He has pants on.
Uh-oh. So in ye olden times, pants were required, apparently. So I guess that must be it.
Yeah, those for all those people that donate for pants. We had pants on for like 5 seconds.
We have $10 from Shobu James. When Blowy Joey doesn't listen to you, call him by his full name, Blosive Joseph.
Oh, I guess we never mentioned the change to this game, do we? I don't know if it's obvious or not.
I don't know. It isn't very obvious. I mean, Seaside.
There's no sea. It's side. It's side kingdom.
Yeah, it's just Side Kingdom.
Which makes a lot of the platforming really fun. Because I just get to roll around everywhere instead of swimming around as a boring fish.
Hey, don't undersell Seaside. It's very difficult in some categories.
Oh my gosh, that was really close.
You just barely made that.
I know. I was like, that Cappy's not on the edge of that platform, but I kind of just went for it. That was really ballsy.
Yeah, I didn't think you were gonna make it actually, but that was good.
There's a whole backup I have to do with different moons. If I don't make that jump, it is very catastrophic.
Yeah, because if you miss that, you can't get Merci Dory.
Or Toad. You miss out on two.
Or Toad, yeah, so you get
You miss out
two moons.
on two. Yeah. This is just damage boosting, this section here.
On the path to buckets, we have $25 from Beanie Feenie. I typically put myself into a bucket because they're actually pretty cozy once you try it. You should try it. If I can find a bucket big enough, you got it, pal. But we'll only know if we can find a big enough bucket if we hit that milestone, so keep getting your donations in, folks.
Is it too late to answer what I would do if I was using a bucket?
What would you do if you were using a bucket, Jay? I would love to know.
I would wear it on my head and be a zombie in PvZ.
Oh, that's so true. Half of this run is just going so true, Queen.
I would grab enough water to fill up the sea again.
Okay, I like that. That's a pretty good one.
It might take a while.
Yeah,
So
and it'd be lots of cardio.
So we talked about difficulty spiking earlier on this mod. This is where it gets hard. Luncheon through Moon is all really, really, really hard and brutal. But I've done a lot of practice on these late game kingdoms this past week when this one got called off back up. So I'm going to stay hopeful and hope that these last couple kingdoms go well. And yeah, just know that everything you're going to see from this point forward is really hard. And if I mess it up, I lose a lot of time.
Yeah, even in vanilla, there are some of the more difficult kingdoms in the run. So you can imagine in a Kaizo, they're a lot more punishing.
Oh, no. Okay, that's fine. So Cappy likes to home into the wrong thing a lot. That's what happened there. There's a turnip he homed into.
Yeah, there's like really weird coding with like Cappy's homing priorities.
Yeah.
I think coins are like at the top.
Yep. And then I just have to stall in the air there just so that I can grab that Potoboo again. That's a death-defying jump. And now we're going to do some Goomba magic here. If I could grab the Goomba, that would be useful, huh? Okay, so I'm going to bring this Goomba over here. And we were talking about Goomba earlier. We're going to bring this Goomba over here to do some Goomba 11, but not in the traditional sense, I will say. If I can get this Goomba trick jump. Give me a second.
Yeah, this is a difficult one.
There we go.
Goombas as a capture have some pretty interesting coding when it comes to movement off of slopes. So anytime you jump off of a slope, you gain, depending on where you hit the slope, a lot of speed. So that moon abuses that fact.
Okay, so this fight may look really scary, and it is a bit scary, but as it turns out, if I just kill this piranha plant right here, the fight plays out as vanilla. And the rest of the plants are just decoration.
Quite dangerous decorations, if you ask me.
Yeah. That'll work.
I don't think I'd want them as decor in my living room.
Not really.
It seems like
either.
an awful mess.
Yeah, they're making quite a mess, but luckily they just kind of ignored me. They tried to hit me, but not really successful.
While we're celebrating that boss win, we do have $10 from a Sloth Festival attendee. I'm here for the festival. 1 ticket, please. I appreciate the thought and the effort. We also have $5 from Cadence of Life. How dare you try to determine best girl in Mario without actual best girl, Vivian? Trans rights. Correct.
Trans rights.
And of course, we have a lovely, lovely donation of $100 from Suave Peanut. Play T-Spud. I will.
Yeah.
I don't know what it means, but I will.
That's the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh my god. I can't spell. The acronym was too powerful for me, y'all. Thank you so much, Suave Peanut, for just besting my brain after this hosting shift. And we are feeling the love for the Stanley Parable. We are 98% of the way there. We have $1,276 left to go. Let's keep that momentum going and bring those buckets.
Okay, so this is a really annoying power minnow to grab. There we go. Okay, I practiced that a lot.
Oh wow,
because...
you got it first try.
So what I learned is if I vector that last jump a little bit and shake Cappy like with a little bit better timing, I can kind of get it more consistent. There's a box underneath the platform that I'm trying to home Cappy into, and it's very tight to make it work. But I found a new setup like a couple days ago that made it a little bit more consistent. And now I'm going to do a trick known as turnip flip. After I bring this turnip over this gap here. You want to explain that, Sly?
Yeah, so this is another 1.0 exclusive trick, so you won't really see it in any speedruns anymore. But it allows you to skip a small cutscene where you pull a lever and like break through some cheese. Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
The turnip essentially works with the like janky capture geometry of the pan bro, and it just pushes you right in through that little force field cage and you get the story moon.
Almost forgot to grab that. And then I'm going to be grabbing this Pambro again. The developers changed this Pambro jumping a bit, so it jumps away to a really far location. So if I just grab it fast, I don't have to worry about it. And then there's a min there. And now we're going to be bringing this Pambro over to this door to break it open and enter a sub area.
This is a sub area you don't see too often in a lot of the shorter runs. But you might notice some changes in the shard locations.
I wouldn't say this room is much harder than vanilla necessarily. It's just kind of different.
Yeah. They did change every moon in the game, but they didn't necessarily make him a ton more difficult for all of them.
Oh, that it ate my up throw.
Yeah, that's a really annoying thing. If you up throw too close to a wall, it'll just eat the up throw completely.
Okay, and now I need to grab this moon over here. Now we're going to be doing a trick jump to get over some lava and enter another sub-area known as the Forks Room, which does not happen to have that many forks in this mod. Just doing a cappy vault just like that. And then here's the sub area in question. Hey, look, another turnip. I'm gonna ignore.
Yeah,
And like I said, like I said, a lack of forks here, so I have to climb this room using Mario instead of using the forks, essentially, by landing on those tiny caplingers.
Yeah, the hitboxes on those are not very forgiving. They're very close to the wall. But you'll sort of notice if you've watched some like top level any percent or seen any like BTT stuff, we're essentially doing, oh, that jump is really janky because of the geometry.
That's unfortunate.
But we're kind of doing almost like the opposite route you would do in an any percent run, which I think is very comical.
No. This trick jump's being a little bit mean to me today, unfortunately. There's a moon on top of this roof that I'm trying to reach, and I have to do this cappy vault trick jump to get over to it.
Yeah, the hitboxes on that are a lot less forgiving than it looks.
There we go.
Yeah, get the triple throw always helps.
That's what I was trying to do, but I just wasn't getting it.
Yeah, it's kind of weird sometimes. So if you throw Cappy out 3 times in a row, you'll get what's called a triple throw, which has all sorts of really unique properties. But one of them is that it homes back to you a lot quicker. So you can use that fact to make a lot of jumps that you otherwise might necessarily not be able to make. But sometimes the timing on it is a little weird, and you might not get a triple throw where you thought you might have, which can be a little aggravating.
And then we have two more moons to grab, one multi-moon and then one more regular moon at the top of this mountain here. There is the grandpa moon right here, and then we can capture this slab of meat and grab the multi-moon. This is not a very difficult multi-moon. It's a very quick one. And with that, we're going to be done with Luncheon Kingdom. Sid, if you have any donations you want to read, now would be a good time.
I have tons. I want to let the chat know that we are $1,200 $1,201 away from the Stanley Parable 12 endings with a bucket. So we need to get your bucket dollars in. I don't know if there's anything else that you do with the bucket at this point. Just let me know anything. We have $50 from Pittman Lionhouse. Pro tip, it's best to wear pants while cooking, especially stuff that splatters. You know, that's actually really important. Do you think that buckets are OSHA compliant? Like, do you think that's a requirement? I think pants are, like in the workplace. I'm sure we could learn during the Stanley Parable, but that's only going to happen if we get Sweet Peeps to play it by hitting that milestone. We also have $25 from Anonymous. Stanley, please, I need you to make a donation. Well, we can't say no to the narrator, right? I think that's a requirement.
Yeah, keep going. Like 2 more donations.
Perfect. We have $50 from Anonymous, and we have $5 from Anonymous. We have a whole bunch of just incredible Anonymous donations with no comment, but I can feel the comment in my heart, and the heart is saying, Stanley, get up. We have many buttons to push, and we have milestones to meet. So if you have a message for the narrator, let this hosting narrator know.
You want to explain what is different with this Kingdom slide?
Yeah, I was actually going to ask if you wanted me to be a bit more quiet here, but normally in Ruin Kingdom you simply capture a wire and it shoots you right up to the boss arena. But in the Kaizo mod, the wire isn't there, so you have to do some pretty intense platforming, and this is the other only up section that we were talking about earlier. It's essentially a giant gauntlet up to the boss arena, and if you mess up once, you do have to start from the beginning.
I'm not going to be talking at all during this section. This is a very much focused lock-in moment. If I fall at any point, I'm losing like 3+ minutes.
Yeah, and you can see a lot of the areas that you have to jump on are quite small, like question blocks.
What's
or very tight platforms. I'm also going to try not to talk too much in this section just because it is so difficult.
Okay, this is section right here. This wall jump section acts as kind of a safety net. If I fail some of the upcoming jumps, there is a slim chance I could die back here and save it, but best not to rely on it. So sweaty. Okay, I'm gonna wait the next cycle. No, no. It just ate my cap throw. That's so sucky. Okay, well, back to the beginning.
That's
yeah,
okay.
as you can see, it also gets progressively more difficult the more you go.
So unfortunate. I just didn't get a cap throw. Okay, back we go.
That's okay. We were all holding our breath, waiting for you to do that. You're doing great, Jay.
Try my best.
I will say you're doing a lot better than I probably would doing this.
And we're only $1,076 to go. Let's make it happen, everyone.
Yes, get those donations in while I climb to the top of this riddle on the up climb again. I almost made it back to this section too after I fell there. I was like really close to saving that.
Yeah, it was really close. Sometimes diving from long distances in this game can be very finicky, though.
Ate my jump. No, it ate my jump.
No.
It ate my jump input. Like this one section, man. Okay, well, I'm no longer underestimate, unfortunately.
That is A-okay. Chad is saying that the platforms look like ice cream sandwiches, so, you know, it's eating because it's hungry. That makes sense to me. And we do have some encouragement for you. We have $125 from Anonymous. CheeseJay is absolutely crushing this run. We have to speedrun, unlocking the Stanley Parable, and chat is cute.
I appreciate the support.
We are so close there. We have $1,051 to go. We're also about $51 away from $63,000. I trust you, chat.
Yeah, this section has a lot of the classic Mario Odyssey jank. I'd say this is probably one of the more polished Mario games in terms of like speed running and like speed tech, but it does have that sort of classic jank to it, and especially moving platforms and objects, this game is very hungry for your inputs, so...
Okay, back here again.
Yeah, this feels like the like small breath of fresh air that you get the whole climb.
Whoa. What is going on? Please cooperate, game. Please give me a break. Almost home free. Okay. Finally. Oh my gosh. Okay, third time's the charm. Okay. Now, it may seem like I'm home free, but I still have to do this boss fight, and there's no checkpoint. So if I die at any point, I have to go back to the start of the climb. This is the Ruined Dragon boss fight, and there are 3 dragons. I also removed the healing hearts from the fight, so I only get 3 health to work with here.
Yeah, I was going to say you may notice a small difference here. And there is actually an interesting thing with how they have the fight here programmed. They couldn't find a way to make the 3 dragons work normally, so instead there's like a Sherm, like one of those tanks, like far up out of bounds, and it has 9 health, and each time you hit the dragon it takes damage, and when the Sherm takes 9 damage you get the move. And there is actually a small like skip, I guess you could say you could do, but it is a little difficult. You essentially hit the Sherm.
Yeah, you can use some trick jump movement to land on the edge of the arena, like the back wall, and kind of cheese it and enter that damage trigger multiple times for 1 dragon hit, and essentially you don't have to kill any of the dragons. But I was messing with it this week and I was not able to get it consistent enough, so I'm just opting to play it safe and just killing all 3 of the dragons. Because if I fail that skip enough times, I will die and have to redo the climb, which is not ideal. I'm also cheesing this right a bit by wall stalling in this back wall to kind of dodge a lot of the obstacles.
Yeah, and Jay, she is one of the few people who have gotten all 880 moons in Odyssey damage lists, so...
That I have done.
She is no stranger to not taking damage.
Congratulations, Jay. The chat is loving it. We have the donations rolling in. We are over 63,000 and under 1,000 to go to get to that Stanley Parable run. We have $50 from Emu, says, this is an expensive bucket, but I'm sure it'll be worth it. Now, you got that designer bucket. We have $25 from Roy Hem. Mario Odyssey runs are always so chill. What happened to the chill? It left about 2 falls ago, I think. We also got $50 from Corey. I demand to see bountiful basket bunch back bulk bin bank box buku bundle of buckets. Correct. Thank you so much.
No, just to clarify, I have chat open. I did not grab all the Kaizen moon sandwiches. I grabbed all the vanilla moon sandwiches.
Yeah,
Excellent.
sorry if there was confusion with that.
Listen, this is incredible just to watch, and I know that chat feels that energy.
Also, as you can see, we can cheese this fight even more by standing on the dead corpse of the dragons after you kill them.
And just so everybody knows, we do not have a lot of time left after this, the dragoning, to raise that last $926. Get your money in. Remember that you can do the 2-for-1 on your favorite femme in gaming and ensure that your favorite girl is drawn by LLK.
Yeah, so we have about like 20 minutes left in this run to get the Stanley Parable met, just as an update. I'm going to be a bit overestimate here. And that is the dragon fight. And we have 2 more kingdoms left. We have Bowser's, which is a bit of a breather in comparison to what we just saw here in Ruined, which is much needed. And then we have Moon, which I think is the hardest part of the run. It makes this climb look like cakewalk.
Yeah, it's kind of nice that the mod developers made Bowser's. I mean, it's still a little difficult, but it's definitely like a bit of a breather between like the Ruined Gauntlet and then Moon being Moon.
Just so you know, we are ahead on Yes Pants. So at your next opportunity, would you kindly put on some pants, Mario?
Yes, I can't do it in Ruin though. The Odyssey is broken.
That's okay. The next moment that you have, if there is one.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
After we land in Bowser's, I can put on the pants again.
The Odyssey is now restored.
Okay, if you have a couple donations you want to re-go for it, Sid, we'd like to.
We do. We have $25 from the Analytical Aesthetic. We need bonus games, and Mario needs some pants. We're aware. We're working on it. Thank you so much for your donation. We also have $10 from Hockey Babbler. My promise $10 for the successful parkour section. That was wild. You're absolutely right. CheeseJay is a pro, and this is some incredible gaming. Oh my goodness.
I forgot.
Surprise!
I love that. I was also shocked by a jump scare. And with that, we have $666 to go to get to the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe 12 endings with Bucket. We are so close to unlocking that. I can feel the love.
Thanks to whoever donated for me to put pants on so I could showcase that. I completely forgot that was a thing.
No, that's really funny. I didn't even know that was in there.
Yeah, I forgot. They just put Fire Bros in the Odyssey for no reason. Okay, so typically for this section of Bowser's... Oh, I didn't mean to hit that. You have to kill 1 ogre, which spawns the story moon, but they added a second one. And typically the ogres have this stair block that they kind of drop down. You'll notice that this one does not, and there's a reason I captured this bird. It's because we get to show off niche tech, which is you can poke the ogres right in the forehead with the bird to kill them. And that is required for that first ogre there. Oh, bonk.
Yeah, I think that's like a small piece of like obscure, like niche capture tech that like a lot of people don't know. But you can poke the little yellow spot on the ogre's heads and it'll get them.
Okay, now we're going to be moving on to shards. There's a moon I need to grab to the right here that I can't forget. There's 2 moons I need to grab on top of the story progression moons to complete Bowser's, and both of them are very easy for me to forget, so I'm reminding myself.
Yes,
to grab
do not
them.
forget them.
There is one backup moon I could grab if I do forget one, but it shouldn't happen now that I mentioned it. There's a moon in this crate here, and the reason this moon's very easy for me to forget is because it's very easy just to go straight forward and capture the wire like you would in vanilla.
I have some donations for you when you have seconds.
Yeah, go for it.
We have $250 from Anonymous. That brings us $250 closer to that goal. Thank you so much for your generosity. We also have $15 from Amaya Sings. Oh my goodness. Really enjoying the Kaizo Odyssey run. Let's get that Stanley Parable run unlocked. You are so right. We are $401 away from that. That is 99% of the way there, y'all. I'm so excited. I can feel the buckets in. I'm sweating buckets, waiting for that to happen.
Is that what you would use a bucket for?
Yeah, just to squeegee the sweat off and then sell it later to make more money for the National Women's Law Center. I'm sure that would go. Yeah, you see my vision? Like, I'm sure that'll go. Post sweat.
There's some coins I could have used earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, you can probably see there are a couple changes to this section. The bombs may or may not be moving a lot faster. And the shards may or may not have been moved.
Yeah, slightly different shard location, but doesn't really make this shard moon any more difficult, I would say. Just different movement is all.
$151, just like Pokemon. $1 a Pokemon, anyone? Hello?
Okay, and now there's one more moon I need to grab. We're going to do what is known as a dram strat. I don't think we've explained what a dram strat is this entire run. Do you want to explain what that is, Sly?
Yeah, we've just been kind of throwing that term around. Now, every time every time we say dram, that's not necessarily indicative that it is a dram strat like Snow Dram. But there was a player, I think it was, I don't remember the number. It was like 55. Yeah, he discovered a strategy in Sand Kingdom where if you up throw and then dive into the alcove moon, you can home in, grab the moon, and then Cappy is still staying away from you, will grab a capture, and you essentially capture warp. So that's what a dram strategy is. So anytime you see sort of Cappy flying out, we grab a moon or do something else, and then it flies into a capture or something else Cappy can interact with. That is a dram strat.
That was the best I've ever done that boss, by the way.
That was really clean.
I've never hit that double fast trap before. So it's kind of obvious, but what the changes are to this boss fight is that the floor is lava. But luckily they do give us some small platforms to stand on.
It's not normally like that?
No. Luckily for this Harriet fight, the floor being lava doesn't really change too much. I can still kind of do normal speed strats. Oh, that's right.
It's okay, she'll come over.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's fine.
I wonder if you can still do Sarbomba here.
No.
It doesn't seem like there's enough space.
Come on, Harriet. Harriet's kind of jumping really weird in this arena, and I'm not a fan. Come on. Okay, so I have to do this now.
Yeah, and for anyone in the audience wondering, Sarbomba is a strategy you can do in the vanilla fight, where she'll throw out the two bombs. You can throw out Cappy at a certain angle to hit the bomb into her, and as it's flying away, you can hit the second bomb towards her, and it'll just kind of float in the air, and you can use it to essentially skip an entire cycle by hitting it into her.
$41 to go on Stanley Parable, it looks like.
We are so close. I'm watching this number so carefully. They really like the concept of host water, and I'm not going to dissuade them from their needs for this. So you know what? If it gets us to 64K, Bob's your uncle.
Yeah, we need that Hermes bucket.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, so now what we're gonna do is climb to the top of the... I just was just a checkpoint on top of there. Okay, anyway, sorry. We're gonna climb to the top of the kingdom and fight the Mecha Brutal. There's not really too much change about the climb. As you've noticed throughout this mod, there's not really too much change about the overworld of this kingdom specifically. It's mainly just the moons themselves are changed. It's kind of the theme of this mod. So there's not too much change about this climb specifically. There is one notable change, and it's going to be that one of these moving platforms is going to move really fast. And that's about it. But the Mecha Brutal fight itself is quite different, but not in a way that matters. And do you want to explain why that is, Sly?
Yeah, so long ago, in the early days of Odyssey, we used to do the mech fight with the bird, and this was even before I started running the game, but someone discovered that you can actually platform up on top of the Brutal, hit the bubbles with ground pounds, and stay on. So, birdless mech has become sort of the standard way to do mech in speedruns.
We're just gonna restart. I just didn't get one of the jumps I wanted.
Yeah.
False start.
The annoying thing about this strategy is that those little, like, bubbles are kind of awkward to platform onto. The running theme of, like, weird geometry in this game.
I have an important announcement for you while we destroy this waffle.
Go for it.
We have hit $64,309 thanks to everyone's incredible generosity giving to the National Women's Law Center, supporting femmes in need and fighting for a better future for us all. This Kaizo may be tough, but we are all tougher. And I respect all of you so much. Thank you again for all the lovely, lovely donations that you can give. We appreciate it so much.
There we go. So the floor is lava in this fight. Doesn't matter if you're a speedrunner. We just stay on top of the mech anyway. Easy fight. And now we're going to be going on to what I think is the hardest part of the run, which is Moon Kingdom and the final Bowser boss fight. This boss fight is really, really brutal, and if I can get really hard walled by it if I don't kind of lock in. So hopefully this fight goes well, and hopefully we don't have another ruin fiasco.
Yeah, if you want, I can kind of explain the fight while you lock in. That would probably work the best.
Yeah, let's, Sid, if you want to read a couple donations while we travel to Moon, go for it.
Sick. I love this for us. We have $250 from Reverend Gumby. Stanley. We have $25 from Maddie Stars. Can we get a $5 donation train going so we can see Sweet Peebs and the Stanley Parable? Now, we are seeing that, but I will ask you to hold that thought on that $5 train. It's a special secret we're keeping for later. Wink, wink. We have $250 from Anonymous. Thank you so much for your generosity. We have $25 from Anonymous and $10 from Anonymous. And to top it all off, $100 from Vashiom that simply says, heart.
Let's do like 3 more donations.
All right, we have $50 from Anonymous, $10 from Anonymous, and another $50 from Anonymous. I'm sorry, the Anonymous are just like rolling in. They don't want to be seen. They are mindless workers at the Stanley Parable offices, and they don't know their names anymore. So, you know, but they donate because they care about the National Women's Law Center.
Okay, we are now in the Moon Kingdom, and the overworld, like I said, is going to look pretty similar, apart from one change, which we'll get to. And Mario still has his pants on, correct? I'm gonna assume yes. And I'm gonna assume I'm good to go.
It looks that way.
Okay, thank you, Sly. So the moon gravity is still here. On other Kaizo mods, sometimes there's not moon gravity, but I still get moon gravity, so I can still do my normal movement that I would usually do. But you'll notice once we get to the back of the Sphinx here, you'll notice that the Sphinx was removed. Oh, bonk. Gotta jump up that ledge. And you would think that would make something like Moon Cave skip impossible, which is the trick that lets you skip over the Moon Cave. But using some trick jump movement and some nifty wall jumps, like one extra wall jump, we can still skip over the Moon Cave here, luckily, because the Moon Cave is really hard. And if we weren't able to skip over the Moon Cave, I don't think I'd be here speedrunning this mod today, I'll be honest.
Yeah, this is another one of those tricks that hinges on the strange geometry, because normally when you wall jump, you can only do it on walls that are across from each other. But if there's sort of a small lip jutting out and you clip it, it'll sort of like put you in a semi-grounded state, and it'll refresh your ability to wall jump.
Okay, and now we're going to be entering into the Bowser boss fight. Do you want to explain why this fight's so hard, Sly?
Yeah, so if we remember the poison from Lost Kingdom and Snow, and that we've seen sort of all around, there are waves of it in this fight, which, you know, you would think that would be the biggest point of difficulty, but Bowser is actually standing on a small question block, and if he's not properly positioned, he can get pushed off. So you actually have to time your hits properly while avoiding the poison in order to not A, mess up the fight, or B, die to the poison. And on top of that, this is not the normal fight you'll see in Moon Kingdom. It's, what was that hitbox? Anyways, there's actually a Bowser refight that you can unlock when you reach 880 moons, and this is that refight, which normally isn't much more difficult, but it does add extra tail swipes, whereas normally he does, I believe it's like one, or no, it's like 2, 3, 3, and then 1. He does 1 and then 2, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 3, 2, 3. So it essentially prolongs the fight while having to avoid the poison, making it a very, very difficult fight. And you might think that fire looks intimidating, but it's just a floor scanner, so we don't really have to worry about it too much. Oh, man.
He grabbed his hat back. Okay, this is just a time loss.
That was messed up.
Okay, we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna sit here and wait for a beat, and then I want to bring him back to this platform that's directly ahead of me. Hopefully he jumps there. Yes, thank God. Okay, back on place, and I have to do this without the fast shot now. Okay, I should be back on cycle. Oh, it's getting pushed. Shouldn't matter. Yes, first try. Okay, wow, what a good backup.
That was a really good backup.
Yeah, I was ready for it. After what happened in Run, I was ready. Okay, not done yet. This is the final section of this Kaza run. We are going to be escaping the Moon Kingdom, and time is going to end after I knock down 4 pillars in the escape sequence here and shoot out the final wire. But this is, of course, a Kaza mod, like we've been saying, and the escape sequence cannot be normal or easy. We are going to see some Bowser platforming, which is something you don't really see in any other Mario Odyssey mod. So it's very cool that we get to see it here. And we get to show off some niche tech, where if I jump with Bowser and then shake to throw a fireball, I'll get a little bit more distance than if I were to just like jump and claw midair. I don't think there's... I literally learned that for this mod specifically, this speedrun. So...
Yeah, normally... Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, go for it.
Normally Bowser movement is completely restricted to the escape, so there's a lot of like little nuances that you might not really be able to normally notice or catch eye of. But luckily we get to see some of that showcased here, which I think is very cool.
And that's what's known as 2D skip. For this 2D section, you're forced into the fastest route because of these blocks that are in your path. And then there's like a 1 pixel gap you can land on here to jump up out of the section. That's not the right angle. But that's just really safe. Okay, and we just gotta break down a couple walls, a couple of Bowser jumps here. No! I was literally saying I was gonna play it safe, not a big deal. Sometimes if a fireball hits a wall and you try to jump at the same time, it'll just drop your jump input. Like we were saying in Snow Kingdom, this game is very hungry and its favorite meal is inputs, unfortunately.
Yeah, you very much have to get sort of accustomed to ways that the game might drop inputs, or be prepared for them, because otherwise you might get caught off guard. But luckily, if you die in the escape sequence, there is like an in-game checkpoint, so we don't have to redo the fight from before, just
that
the
escape. That would be terrible. That would be really sad. Okay, can I... I'm having a hard time playing this. There we go. Oh my gosh. No, no. Okay, it fell away on me. We're gonna get it this try. I'm locked.
You got
that's
this,
another
Jay.
annoying thing.
We are in the home
falling
stretch here. I just gotta get past this escape sequence. The game's doing a little bit of trolling, because why wouldn't it?
Volcano Los Dos.
Sid, if you want to read like one donation while I get back to where I was.
Of course, we have $25 from Ragnarokette donating towards the incentive to get the Stanley Parable achievement where we play it for the entirety of a Tuesday. Yeah, I would love to do that, but you know, we are going to play it with our buckets very soon. Thank you
Or
so
we
much
could-
for your generosity again.
Or you could try to get the achievement in the Sterling Parable Ultra Deluxe where you don't open the game for 10 years. You could try to do that one.
Yeah, that one, I saw that.
That's my favorite achievement. Or you could try to get the achievement in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe where you save the baby for 4 hours. Lots of very silly things in that game. I love the Stanley Parable, if it's not apparent. It's one of my favorite games behind this video game right here.
I wonder if
Yeah.
anyone's ever gotten all the achievements in that game.
I wonder indeed. Okay, almost back to where I was. This is known as 2D skip again if you missed it earlier. I almost didn't make that. That was a little scary.
A little funny thing about this section, it took a very long time for people to realize you can actually run with Bowser in that section if you hold X or Y. Normally the game tells you can do it for Mario, but instead for that section it just said like X or Y does the fireball. So a lot of people didn't know that you could still run with him, which is funny.
There we go.
All right, and now just pillars.
Yes, the time's gonna end after I knock down these 4 pillars and then shoot out the wire in the middle there. That's kind of hidden by the moonrock block.
Yeah, and you'll notice a bit of a difference in this room. All of the sort of falling blocks are missing. So we just have to platform on the sort of existing blocks that are there in vanilla.
Okay, that's that. Okay, that's 2. Halfway done. This next one I'm going to go up 2 and claw instead of using my fireballs just because there's a easy path to it. And then this last one I'm going to try to snipe from afar.
Yeah, something a little obnoxious about the pillar room is the camera can be very jank.
Okay, time's going to be coming up here in like 10 seconds. 10 or 15. Okay, so break open this block. And then gotta shoot out of this fire. And time. Wow, what a run. That was kind of crazy.
She did it. Yay!
I beat the mod. I'm happy with that. I am happy. I had fun.
Congratulations.
I'm a bit overestimated here, so I'm going to keep this outro short. If you want to see more from me, I stream Mario Odyssey over on twitch.tv/CheeseJay with 2 Ys. So, yeah, doing lots of Mario Odyssey over there. I'm also learning a brand new game, which I'm not going to spoil, but it is for my silly block submission for SGDQ. So if that interests you, if you want to see a very silly speedrun that I'm hoping to get into SGDQ for my first ever mainline GDQ appearance, be sure to give me a follow over there. And is there anything you want to shout out real quick, Sly?
You can catch me on twitch.tv/SlyFreak1. I was doing Galaxy 2 speedruns for a while, but I can't record on my Wii anymore. So I've moved to Mario Odyssey, and I mainly speedrun 100%, which is a very long run. But I'm kind of going through labbing things and hopefully trying to go for record, so...
Yeah, thanks for having us on. I appreciate it. And go women.
Well, yes! And trans rights, don't forget about that.